A lot of people come here with dreams, and these dreams get killed by their host. When they host you, they think because they host you, they are over you, they can control you, you cannot this, you cannot that. I would recommend that instead of taking somebody and frustrating their life, you better give an honest no. He sent me out in the middle of snow. He put my luggage out in the middle of a storm. He abandoned my children. Hosting is not an obligation. Hosting is a sacrifice. Hello everyone, welcome to Consistence Place channel. Today we are going to be talking about the challenges and responsibility of hosting Africans abroad. Before we start this video, I want to give shout out to all those who have been hosts, to all those who have had to host people from abroad. And I want to tell all those who have been hosted to give a shout out to their host. If someone has ever hosted you, please give them a genuine shout out, even if they've only offered you shelter, even if it is just for one day. Give them a genuine shout out. So today I'm bringing to you the responsibility of hosting and the challenges of hosting people abroad. I also want to emphasize that this video is mostly out of my personal experience. I have been hosted and I have been a host, and I'm talking out of my personal experience and out of experiences of my friends who have had to share their experiences with me, and also out of my observation. So you might have another view. That is okay. This is just my own personal experience and the experience that I have noticed around me. When hosting, there is someone who hosts and there is the person that is hosted. That means the host and the person being hosted. I will start with the challenges of the people that are being hosted. Number one, for people who have been hosted, some come with too much expectation because they see those living abroad posting online, posting on social media, snapshots of their well-being. They assume and they levy a certain responsibility that they are expecting for these people. Some even come with the expectation that their host will pay their school fees, forgetting to know that those living abroad go to school on loans and scholarships. Some even put the responsibility on their host, that this host is going to feed them, buy them a car and take care of all their needs. These expectations usually are not being met and ends up as a point of deception, or ends up as a point of ungratefulness, which is going to be the second point. They end up being ungrateful for whatever is being done to them because they came with a very high expectation. Ungratefulness. When you show up with high expectation and you have a host here hosting you, and you forget to know that each morning when you get up and brush your teeth and you open that tap, someone pays the bill. You forget that when you open the shower and shower, someone pays the bill. You forget that sometimes when you use the toilet and you flush it, someone pays the bill. You become ungrateful for all those basic necessities just because you were expecting higher than that, and you forget to be grateful for that one. You become ungrateful for the roof over your head. You become ungrateful for your first ride to your job. You become ungrateful for your first ride to your school. You become ungrateful for those basic things that were offered to you to give you a jump start. You become ungrateful because you were expecting beyond. You were expecting a house. You were expecting a plane. You were expecting a boat, a ship. You become ungrateful. And when this happens, all of these things end up in gross ungratefulness and a chaos relationship between the host and the guest. The third thing we are going to be talking about is disloyalty. Most of the time, some of the guests, when they come and they have a host, they become disloyal to the host. When they come and are living with this host, all they do is start listening to other people who are neighbors, and the same people who did not want to host them at the beginning. They are the same people that will start feeding them. Has your host not done this? Have they not taught you driving? Have they not bought you a car? Have they not? If I were the one, I would have already done this. If I were the one, I would have already done that. Creating a tense relationship between the guest and the host. Meanwhile, they cannot do it themselves, because if they could do it, they would have been doing it for you rather than just feeding you with all that information. And the guest forgets that I am living under this person's roof. No one has to talk down on them, because at that particular time, they are the ones who have taken the responsibility and the challenge to host you. So no one should give you any good talk any nice, any sweet talk around against your host.
And when you live in somebody's house and it's time for you to separate with them, please leave quietly. Do not damage their reputation before leaving them. Just live peacefully. If you are hosting somebody and you want to let them go, do not also damage their reputation before letting them go.
The fourth challenge by the guest is being too dependent on the host. You are, of course, dependent on the host to give you a jump start, but being too dependent, unless you are coming abroad to come and meet your mom or your dad, any other relationship doesn't require you to be too dependent. If you're coming to meet your friend, you're coming to meet your brother, your uncle, your sister, know that you are coming for them to give you a boost and not to carry your load. When you become too dependent, it becomes too heavy. And sometimes know that when the host opened their door for you, it doesn't mean that they were so comfortable, that everything was fine. It's just because they want to accommodate another person and give them a push. And if you ever get denied to be hosted by someone, do not take it personal. People are going through a lot, even those who accept to host. Some are, yes, some people are comfortable, some people are not, and some people cannot. You can become too dependent on someone who is ready to harbor that dependency. It's okay. Some people can take care of you round the clock. They are blessed that way. But do not come with that expectation that it is going to happen, because it might not happen and will end up as a chaos. So do not be too dependent. When you come with the fact that you're coming to get a boost. And if they can give you a boost and go beyond, appreciate it. If they can give you a boost and take care of all your needs, appreciate it. But keep in mind that you are coming for them to give you a boost so that you move on. So now if you come, you are getting a job, know that someone cannot be dropping you from January to December at your job and picking you up. Because even you yourself, you will face challenges doing that to some other person. Keep in mind, all what hosts offer is the best they can offer. Some can offer very little, some can offer a little bit more, some can go extra miles. But keep in mind that you are not to be too dependent until you actually are offered it. The fifth thing that I'm going to talk about is the breach of confidentiality. Know that when a host agrees to host you in their home, they are making themselves vulnerable because they bring you under their roof. It's not time for you to come and see what is happening in their home and broadcast it to the family back home. It's not for you to come and see what is happening in their home and broadcast it to their neighborhood, because breach of confidentiality will only end up in a chaos. It's not time to come and see how they are having their family issues. It's not time to come and see how they are struggling to meet their ends. It's not how to come and see how they are struggling financially and you broadcast it to the rest of the world. They made themselves vulnerable to get you into their home. So coming into their home was not for you to come and breach their confidentiality and their privacy. So if you are in a host home, you are a guest being hosted by someone, please keep their confidentiality and their privacy intact, even if you separate with them, because they made themselves vulnerable to bring you in. Another thing that I want to tell the host and the guest: when you are hosting somebody or you are a guest somewhere, please respect your boundaries, especially when you are being hosted in a marital home, in a matrimonial home. You have to respect your boundary. Especially if you are a male or a female, respect their spouses. Do not exceed certain boundaries. You have to keep those moral respect intact. Respect each other. Respect the wife of that home. Respect the husband of that home by your way of behaving, by your way of dressing, by your way of reacting, by your attitude in the home.
Don't start to flirt with their spouse. Do not start to flirt with their wife or start to flirt with their husband or start to flirt with their children. Don't be home breakers. Don't be marriage breakers.
I have some tips for the guest to have in mind before coming to the host. You have to be supportive. You have to be useful. You have to be helpful. Show up in your whole place with some attitude of usefulness, of helpfulness, of supporting. You do not expect to come to your host and that they clean after you. They cook, serve you on the table, take away the tray, ride you to your job, bring you back, take you to the store, shop for you, clean the house, and do everything for you. You have to be supportive, which means that if you see your host struggling in the kitchen, you need to help them. If you see your host struggling to keep the yard clean, just step in and help them. It doesn't cost anything. If you see your host struggling with anything, you need to help out. Try to be supportive, try to make yourself useful. It will make your transition through your host place. I'm not saying that the host should use you like a housemaid or no. I just mean like where you can chip in and help where necessary. Do it. Do not isolate yourself and let them just run the house by them when you are living in that particular house. If you are living in that particular house, you also have to ensure the well-being of that home, which is the cleanliness, which is the tidiness, the well-being of the house, and the protection of that house. Because you are all living under that roof, you have the responsibility to take care of that home. Another tip for the guest is you have to be appreciative. You have to be respectful and humble. Everything that you get from your host, you have to appreciate it, because you never know how far they have gone before offering you that. Like I said, some hosts are struggling to meet the ends. Some hosts are just okay and comfortable, and some hosts can go beyond to offer help. But you never know, and you can never tell what they are going through before offering whatever they are offering to you. So this calls for you to be grateful and appreciate everything that they give you, even if all they do to you is a shelter and cold water to drink and to bath. Appreciate it with all your heart, because that might be an extra mile that they have gone to offer you that. Some hosts can go a long way to take care of all your needs and even pay your school fees. Appreciate it no matter how far they go. If they go just this far, appreciate, because that might be too far for them. You have to be respectful. You know, some people come from back home, they have studied, they have degrees. When they show up here, they find out that people here are doing mean jobs to stay. If you get into the house of someone who is doing a mean job to stay, who is struggling, maybe being a cleaner somewhere, to struggling being a housekeeper somewhere, or doing some job to manage their life, it is not time for you to come in because you were working in an office back in your home country, that you have to come and disrespect them and tell them, oh, I was a manager, so I cannot do this. It's not time for you to come and tell them, oh, I was a manager in my company, I was the CEO in my company, so it's not because I'm in America that you let me do this. Please, you have to be humble and you have to be respectful. As long as they are hosting you under their roof, you have to respect them, and you have to be humble. It's not time for you to come and challenge them. You might have studied more than they have done. It's not time for you to come and challenge them. So long as they have accepted to host you and make themselves vulnerable, please be respectful and humble. Don't just say, oh, I'm better than them, I was even better than them before coming here. Yeah, you might even leave from your home country and come and find out that you were living a more better life than they are living. Yes, you were, but they have accepted to host you. Do not use that to challenge them. Be respectful and be humble. Now I want to talk about the challenges and the responsibilities of the host. Let me start with the challenges. If you have decided to host, hosting is not an obligation. Hosting is a sacrifice. And if you have decided to host somebody, you have to keep these few points in mind. Let me start with the challenges that the host face. Some hosts are just too controlling. When they host you, they think because they host you, they are over you, they can control you, you cannot this, you cannot that. They just start running your life and not even running it to the right direction. They just run your life just for the just for the sake of being controlling. That is not good. It's not because you are hosting somebody that you have to run their life just for the sake of being controlling. And some hosts also look down on their guests. It's not because you are hosting someone that you have to look down on them. If you host somebody, you have to be respectful of that person. And that respect is mutual. They respect you and you respect them. It's not because someone is under your roof today that you know what tomorrow entails. They might be under your roof today, and you will be under theirs tomorrow. So it is time for you to respect whoever is your guest today, because tomorrow things might switch around. Treat them the way you want to be treated if you were that guest. Some hosts mystify things for their guests. It's not because you have been abroad for a long time that you mystify things. You say, hey, you are new here, you just came. You cannot do this here. Hey, you don't understand this place. Let me tell you something. Some people who live back home even know what is going on abroad even more than those who are abroad, because those who are abroad are so busy working and have no time to inform themselves. So do not think that someone has just come, you have to mystify things. Oh, here, you cannot buy that car because, here you cannot go to that school. You are mystifying things to them. They come to your home with ambitions. Just because you are not ambitious, you start telling them they cannot live their dream life because you are not ambitious, or because you are not living that dream life. Don't be a dream killer host. It's not because you are a host that you have to start killing your guests' dreams. If you are someone who lives abroad and you are not ambitious, do not kill the dreams of those you are hosting. Some people come with a lot of dreams, and the host just make them feel miserable. They make them feel useless and miserable. You cannot go to that kind of school. That school is reserved for people of, they say, do you see your color? You cannot do this, you cannot do that. All you can do in this is this. You see me doing this housekeeping job? Oh, that's what is reserved for us. No, do not kill their dreams when they come. And some hosts too, just like I said about the guests who come with too much expectation, some hosts have too much expectation when their guest is coming. When someone is just coming to your home, you already think that a house help is coming. You already feel that a babysitter is coming, where you dump your kids and start running helter-skelter, walking. You just expect too much, that before you wake up, your house is clean, your car is washed. You just have expectation that your kids will be taken care of. No, that's too much expectation. If you are hosting, do not set all this expectation of your host, and we move to the responsibility of host. When you agree to host, and before I say this, I want to give a shout out to those who hosted me when I came to the United States. I want to give a shout out to the Hours family. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Joseph Nono.
Shout out to the Ayers family. Give a shout out to the Nyanchos family. I want to give shout out to Kaje in Chicago. And I want to give a shout out to Ndigilian in Maryland. The list is inexhaustible. I cannot expand the list. I just want to shout out to all those who have been on my path to give me that push. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
You guys, you will be asking, do you have a lot of hosts? I have a lot of people here who impacted me. And I also want to give a shout out to people who could not host me and they were honest about it. I want to give a shout out to those who make themselves available to help me, to those who taught me how to drive, to those who took me to play. I want to give a shout out to Efangel Lovett, who is in Maryland. I want to give a shout out to all these people. There are so many of them who touched my life, who gave me a good push, who gave me a great base in this country. I want to give a shout out to them. And I want to tell all the hosts that when you have decided to host, keep in your mind that it is a sacrifice, and know that you have to sacrifice your time. You have to sacrifice your privacy because someone is in your home, in your private setting. You have to sacrifice I've talked about time, privacy. You have to sacrifice your energy. You have to sacrifice even your will to help them. You have to sacrifice some finances to help them. Hosting is not for everybody. I will recommend that instead of taking somebody and frustrating their life, you better give an honest no. And keep in mind, if you are accepting to host somebody, you have all this in mind. You're ready, and you also have to be ready to support them. Be ready to support them through those first steps here. To support them through their admission process. Support them through their integration process. Support them in teaching them how to drive. Support them in getting their new car. Support them in getting their new job. Support them if they need health services. Support them. You need to support them. You need that support. You have to support them. Drop them in their first interviews. Drop them off. You have to support them. You cannot just host somebody and just abandon them laying in your home. They will turn up being a liability for you. Because if somebody is laying in your home for 1 year not working, they will become your liability. Or you will end up in a very bad separation. And when you are a host, know that you have the responsibility to give your guests their independence. As long as they are living under your roof, you have that responsibility to help them onto their independence as quick as possible. The more you help them gain your independence, they are gaining and you are gaining. And this will even create a better relationship between the two of you. And also, when you are a host or a guest, keep in mind that today you are together and there will be also another season that will be a season of separation. Just work hard to make this season a pleasurable season of separation. Know that tomorrow your host will no longer host you, and know that tomorrow as a guest you will move on to your independence. And just work hard to make this separation a favorable, a pleasant separation. Avoid the idea of always separating because of an issue. You can stay with your host, get your job, get your car, get your income, and then you say, hey, thank you so much for hosting me. It's time I move out. Instead of just staying there, not being helpful, not being supportive, bridging their confidentiality, bridging their privacy, and then when you can no longer stand the relationship, you say he sent me out in the middle of snow. Or you say he put my luggage out in the middle of a storm. Or you say the host say he abandoned my children, and when I was at work, he abandoned my children by themselves and left my home. Please do not separate. It's not worth it separating like that with all what you've done for each other. Remember those days when you were going to pick that person up from the airport. Remember the days you were welcoming them. Remember the enthusiasm you had when they were coming. It is not worth it to have a bad separation. You have to work hard to have an agreeable separation. So this is what I had to say. This is what I had to say about hosting people from abroad, about hosting friends, hosting families, hosting acquaintances, and hosting everybody in your home. It has to be a mutual respect thing. It has to be a pleasurable thing. You have to know that when you are hosting someone, you are not hosting them forever. It's for a period of time. And feel free to set this period of time that you will be in my house for this amount of time, and this is the strategy we are working on. From this amount of time to this amount of time, we are getting you a job. From this amount of time to this amount of time, we are getting you your driver's license. From this amount of time to this amount of time, sorry guys for the noise, I'm outside. From this amount of time to this amount of time, you'll be getting your job and your car, and you'll be independent by this time. And so we expect to move you out and hand over your independence to you. Feel free to do that. There is no crime in doing that, because even whether you do that or not, you guys will still separate. And if you do not handle it rightly, the separation will not be a nice one. Keep in mind that you have to go when you are in somebody's house. Have it in your mind that you have to go. I remember when I told my host that we had to leave, they were so surprised. And no, we haven't even stayed long enough. And I told them, no, it was I had a rainy day. I needed help. You took me in when it was raining. Now the rain is over. I got to go. And that's how we kept a good relationship. Shout out to the Agnes family. Really, those people they have a great heart to host me and my family in their house. Until today, I am forever grateful to this family. I will always be grateful to them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Let us know in the comment section what you think about hosting people, being a host and being a guest versus being a guest. I know a lot of people have had wonderful experiences, some have had terrible experiences. This is a platform for us to discuss that and see how we can do this incredible thing better, because it's incredible to be a host and it's incredible to be hosted. So guys, leave your comment, give this video a thumbs up, share it, and then until then, see you in my next video. Bye.